Hello and welcome to the RWBY Nation podcast. I'm Admin Winter, the podcast admin, and your podcast is host for today's episode. Today we have Mercury,
the resident sass master,
Sun,
I am the OCRP master,
and Blake,
the new community manager for RWBY Nation.
Woo!
Yay!
We didn't fuck that up. All right.
Yeah.
That was also a new way of doing that, and I actually kind of liked it. All right.
Yeah.
Yes, sorry.
No, that was me. Like, I just said Mercury without, and I didn't want that awkward pause, so I just kind of said Mercury. And then it just happened to work out into a new format. So
Was this a
today,
test or-
sorry, were you gonna say something?
I was gonna say, was this a test or not? Because I wasn't sure.
Yeah, no, we got it. So today we're gonna talk about episode 3, and I'm assuming all of you have watched episode 3.
I have.
Yep.
Yes.
So where do you guys want to start? Do you want to start from beginning to end? As far as the
Why
episode
not?
goes?
We might as well
Sure.
just start from there.
So what do you guys think of Winter? Wonderful me.
First, let's get your opinion on this.
I like it. I mean, I definitely like the sternness of her because she's just like, you need to get shit done.
Wait, did you just say starkness?
Sternness.
Okay, I was gonna say, you said stark. I was gonna go nuts on that.
Yeah. And then what
Yeah.
was really awesome is just her fighting style, and I really liked it. Especially
Yeah.
the fact that, like, unlike other hunters in training, she has this weird. They have this weird thing where, like, they have like this Super Saiyan logic, not Super Saiyan logic, but DBZ logic, where they're just basically jumping in like in the middle of like space. If that makes any sense,
yeah.
like, just because like with every other hunter, they have to like get propulsion from like their guns or whatever, or just from like interacting with the environment. I feel like they are almost like just moving without like using physics, if you will.
Well,
So just seeing her like bounce, especially like her being very bouncy, is like really fun for me because I am a very
Yeah.
bouncy person.
Well, Winter kind of has the thing with the glyphs.
Yeah,
So
I want to point something
but I'm saying
out.
like even when you see it, like when she like especially like when they're on top of the those arcways, you don't see her using her semblance to bounce. You know what I mean, to like the other arcs, to where Crow was.
Can we point out something real quick? Like, Weiss had to use gloves to make Ruby go up a cliff, but when we saw in Winter, she's just running straight up. Does
Yeah,
anyone
she
want to
runs up
question
the cliff.
that physics defying right there?
It was weird. I was watching, I'm like, she's running up a cliff.
It's not the first time that's happened in anime. Let's be
What's
honest.
she doing?
She literally just went up 90 degrees, and no one was like questioning how that could happen.
Yeah, no, the same thing.
Had me in the crowd going, how the hell is she doing that?
Yeah,
yeah,
that's a reference to
Like,
Kill a
did no
Kill,
one
though.
question it?
That's a reference to Kill a Kill, though, because there's a girl with like really tall heels that does that as well.
Maybe it's in her heels.
What, like little burst of her semblance goes off.
No, maybe it's like sticky things. I don't know.
like,
Interesting.
Like those
When our-
little, like
well-
those plunger things that they use in like the secret agent.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know.
I'm on
Suction,
building.
like a suction cup boobs or something?
Yeah,
I feel like that would conflict with her fighting style, though.
a better example would be the little magnetic gloves from Mission Impossible, but I'm gonna stick with the plunger gloves.
Plunger gloves. Oh god. Yeah.
I think that there's kind of at this point in the show a few too many like very stern characters. It's like stern and serious because there's like Good Witch,
Basically,
Weiss
everyone,
to a
all
certain
the teachers
extent.
at Beacon.
yeah, Weiss to a certain extent, Winter, I'd say even Cinder to an extent.
Well, there does come with the fact that, like, especially when you talk about the teachers, it's not a normal school. It's more closely related to like the mix of like a military school and a tech school, if you will. You know what I mean?
True. Yeah.
The way they like teach is like very much so like a technical school, like a vocational school, and at the same time a military school. There has to be a certain amount of strictness, certain amount of discipline in what you do.
That's
Can I just point out how much I'm loving like Weiss being different, opening up more?
A lot of
Especially
people,
in this episode, I found with her sister being there, she's not so icy. Does that make sense?
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she actually loves her.
Yeah, like to see her in such a different light and the way that she interacts, but then she has to hold back because of Winter. She's all like, it's like half like, I like look up to you, and then it's all like, oh, and then she goes back to what she was before, but then she'll like flip.
Yeah. It's very wonderfully demonstrated in the end of episode 2 when she looks up, smiles, and then stops smiling. The fact that, oh, I love you, but I have to keep a straight face.
Yeah. Also, like to point out Ruby and Weiss's relationship in this thing, like how they've grown as partners.
Yeah.
Like Winter
Yeah.
saying, has she made any friends? And Weiss immediately goes, well, there's Ruby.
That was also because she was right next to her, but and that would be her excuse, but that would also probably be one of the first persons she might show.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
she could have
because-
said Ruby, Yang, and Blake. But
Yeah.
she just said Ruby.
Yeah.
I really like how Winter, like, when Weiss started ranting, she had to hit her and clarify that she only cared about how she actually was, not in the class, but, like, how she is as a person. I really like that.
Also, that quote, guys, when she did hit her,
That Dragon Josh
did it
reference.
die of laughter.
You
Just Ruby's
boob.
response to that as well. Boo.
Poking it. You.
Yeah. I do like when they add in a lot of the anime influences in there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
I dig it.
Winter did not know about bunk beds. Did you hear her reaction when Weiss talked?
Bunk beds?
They only look unstable.
They freaking are unstable.
Oh yeah, absolutely. One of
I
them-
saw one of those like Ruby
One of
poop
those-
things, like one of the comics for like Ruby poop, where they basically take a scene and kind of make a joke about it. And it was just like they walk in and then it's like, it looks really dark. There's a whole bunch of empty dog cans and then like empty dog turds and stuff. And then there's like really bad posters or whatever. And then she just like falls and it's just like Weiss, Winter, as she's like on the ground.
I can see that happening.
Yeah,
Where's Swai? I liked Swai.
I think we might see him again
Next.
next episode.
He was briefly in the first episode with her dad, Ruby's dad,
Yeah.
Taeyang.
Also, Ruby remains
I want to see
socially...
him like.
Go ahead and continue.
That
I'll
was-
finish up.
I'd like to see Zwei and Blake have more of an interaction, because that would just be hilarious.
Ruby bloopers.
Yeah. That were just like them coming into like a normal conflict with them, like an everyday conflict, where Blake's like no, but Zwei keeps on coming in and like wanting to lick her and stuff. And it just happens like daily, so they have this common routine of just chasing each other around. And like she's like, "Oh, this is normal. This happens every day."
Ruby
All right,
also...
can we talk about Crow for a little? Or
Yes.
you say what you were gonna say first.
I was just gonna point out Ruby still is socially awkward to no end whatsoever.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
She's also not very good with formalities. Like, she was trying to speak so, not professionally, but posh, I guess you could put it, and she just so awkwardly fails.
Well, she grew up with someone like Crow, so
And Yang.
And yeah,
Also, she is like 15 or
Yeah.
16.
Don't
Yeah.
worry, I'll meet you at that juncture.
Jeez. So let's go move on to actually Crow himself.
Oh, I love Crow so much.
He's always drunk.
Glug
Exactly.
glug glug.
He's drunk. He's always drunk.
Drunk uncle. I feel like this is very
Reminds me of,
opportune with Thanksgiving
Reminds me
coming
of
up.
a few people I know. But yeah, I really
Crow's pretty
think
cool.
Crow.
I hate the fact that they really teased his weapon though. When you really think about it, because
Don't
his weapon
remind
was
me
about to
about
come
that.
into like his weapon was about to become the actual scythe, and then they were just like, "Ha, lol," and he puts
At
it
least
back.
you saw his weapon.
I
Yeah.
really
You
like
haven't velvets yet.
Buster Sword.
Say again, son.
I really like the Buster Sword form.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. And collapsible gun part to it.
I'm trying to figure out like what kind of gun it was. I was doing some research and it just said it's a sword that becomes a gun and also a scythe. Like, thanks, man. That's cool.
It honestly, especially seeing the gears turn, like actually legit seeing the gears, I wonder if it's a show of how old he actually is. Like if the weapons were just that old, and his was one of the first more mechanical ones. Because if you look at Glinda's like weapon, it's just a wand.
Yeah, no, it's just like a riding crop.
I don't think it shows Crow's age, more of just the weapons. Because you look at the picture.
But I just mean like
Crow,
he might have been one of those revolutionary people to make them into more than just one weapon, if you will.
Also,
That's
they
true.
they call him a dusty old crow. Like,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
He also really does not like Atlas people whatsoever.
Oh yeah.
It'd be
That's
interesting
right.
if they actually explored that that vein of background.
I hope they do.
Oh yeah. I want to know more about Crow. I really dig him as a character.
Yeah.
Like just how kind of laid back and irreverent he is.
She's like, "Did you miss me?" Nope.
Just,
Yeah, him and Ruby's relationship is good too.
yeah.
So I like him with like Yang as well.
Also,
'Cause
the guy
Didn't they say that him and Raven are brother and sister?
Yeah, which
I
means
believe that
he
is confirmed. Yes.
He is biologically Yang's uncle.
Well, that's what we assume.
No, I believe it is confirmed that they are siblings.
Raven and Crow are confirmed brother and sister, and Raven was confirmed Yang's mother. So
Where was she confirmed Yang's mother?
right before the season debut, I think like near the death battle.
Oh, I missed that obviously. But she looks too alike to not be her mum.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like she's just a different color palette of Yang.
Yeah. Which apparently color is semi-irrelevant, but important at the same time in the RWBY universe.
Hold on.
It
I'll
looks
be
like
right back.
Ruby got her colors from Crow though.
Somebody's knocking on my door. I'll be right back.
All right.
Wait, what? That completely just scared the shit out of me. We were talking about a crow, and then he said someone's knocking at my door.
Maybe it's Crow.
But I'm just saying, no, I mean like the Edgar Allan Poe thing.
Oh, about the Raven?
Yeah. I know I know crow and raven are a different thing, but I don't know, my mind just goes to them being the same bird for some odd reason. It's still kind of weird to me. Well, the difference is that a crow is like small and can fit in your hand. A raven is the same size as a hawk.
And infinitely scarier.
Not a hawk, an eagle, sorry. No, a hawk, never mind.
Our crows in Australia aren't able to fit in your hand. They're huge and they're really, really dangerous.
Yeah, but are they like the size of a pigeon, or are they like the size of a hawk? A hawk
Okay,
being fucking like at least a good 2 feet.
I don't know. They're not the size of a pigeon, that's for sure. They're quite big.
Okay, what'd I miss?
We were
The
talking
size
about
of a
crows versus
crow.
ravens.
And the size
Oh,
of
true.
Mercury.
Because I know at least, I don't know about Australia, but I know at least here, like, crows are like the ones that could fit in your hand, and ravens are the ones about the same size as a hawk.
Yeah, ravens are pretty big here. They're also much like prettier than crows.
Yeah.
I
But
don't
that's
think
what
we
makes
have
them
ravens
scary, I
here.
guess. Just how big they are.
We have
Okay,
magpies.
can we
They look like
Anyway.
real life.
Say
talk
again?
about how
Blake.
much
Hold on,
Star
let's just go back to Blake, because Blake actually had something, and I'd rather we get
Oh,
through that
okay.
first.
Huh?
You were saying something about magpies, I believe?
Oh yeah, magpies in Australia. They look like real life Grim.
I'm pretty sure
Interesting.
Grace is
I'll,
from
I'll look
Australia.
I'll look
Could
up
be
an
a
image and
real
put it up.
grim for crying out loud from what you told us.
Oh,
Oh,
hold
yeah.
on.
Even a wombat can be a freaking grim, apparently.
Yeah. I'll put I guess I'll put a picture up of the, what was it again?
Magpie?
Magpie. Okay. I'll put one of those up, I guess.
I'm a little
So what were you gonna
curious.
say, son?
Oh, go ahead.
Oh
Tom.
yeah, I was just gonna say the crow has like some mad style.
Yeah.
That
It's
hair,
like-
though.
Yeah, the hair, the cape, the shirt.
I wonder how people would cosplay that. Like, how would they just get like the hair to like not only be down but also be able to stand up?
Lots and lots of gel.
Yeah, but like, how would you do that like in mid con, just like whoosh and then undo it and then redo it and have it stay there?
I do that.
No one's looking.
My hair's just kind of stays.
Yeah.
Like I don't use any gel; it just stays up. Maybe
I
I
don't
should cosplay the crow.
Maybe.
So I just want to ask something real quick. So we see, like, can semblances be hereditary from what it looks like with Winter and Weiss both using glyphs?
Yeah. And it's also, I think, denoted that they could also be within the same vein. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because
after
continue.
Crow got hit by Winter, like slapped or whatever. Like
Yeah,
that,
his
that
eyes.
hole in the ground, and that's very similar to like Yang's strength.
Was that Yang? Because Yang is kinetic energy. That's what hers is.
Well, his
It's not
eyes,
anger.
like-
It's actually kinetic energy. But I was wondering if it was just him thinking, "Hey, you actually got a hit on me. You're a pretty good fighter," or if it actually was part of his semblance.
It could be either. Because like
Also with Crow,
Sure.
he lands. He made that big explosion. I was like, well, that's similar to Yang.
yeah, that's what I
He
was
has
saying.
the added fire, obviously.
Not to mention
Blame.
the red eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, like after that point in the battle, he started like becoming more destructive in his fighting style.
Yeah.
Like actually, like just destroying the courtyard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was definitely getting rambunctious with the fight because he was really enjoying himself from what it seemed.
And he was drunk.
Yeah, that too.
That was really cool to me to think that he was doing that entire fight drunk.
And just to see the scale of difference between training huntsmen
And real huntsman.
and real huntsmen. I mean, like, they legit, like, just the fighting within, like, that group of people, just the bouncing back and forth as though it was, like, DBZ kind of logic was just amazing.
Yeah.
I feel like that whole like being drunk while fighting thing reminds me of another anime character, but I can't remember who.
Drunk foo.
I remember Rock Lee did a fighting style when he was drunk, but that was on accident.
Wasn't it, like, drunk foo?
It was Drunken Fist, yeah.
Oh, Drunken Fist is what it
He
was.
thought it was medicine and proceeded to start fighting Kimimaru while drunk. And he actually did semi-well.
Wrong anime.
But it's
Okay.
RWBY in anime. That's the question.
Oh
Yeah, okay,
I
don't put that up because it is confirmed as an anime.
Oh, okay then.
In so many ways,
I heard-
it's been confirmed as an anime. It's on Crunchyroll for starts.
It's now getting developed in Japan.
It's just reverse anime because it's actually getting a Japanese dub.
Yeah.
I remember what I was gonna say before I had to answer my door.
Yes.
Because Crow's weapon has all those gears, that gear stuff, and then Ozpin like his office is like full of gears. I was curious. I was wondering if there was like any connection there.
That was a very early on theory.
I think it is because like when we notice it when they're later talking in the conference room, Crow seems to be a lot more excited for Ozpin than Ironwood at all. So it might
Yeah.
show possible. Plus, he was also talking way earlier in advance, way back in the Stray episode when he sent
Oh,
the message,
Queen has pawns.
which
Yeah.
we now know has infected Ironwood scroll.
I saw a fan that maybe Ironwood's actually working for Cinder.
That's
It was a fan theory. Found that quite interesting.
that's interesting considering he also was the one to put away
Yeah.
Iron Torchwick, yeah.
Torchwick.
It
If that was
very
part of the
like-
plan for him to be suffering in that little hole, oh my god.
Oh, by the way, guys, I put a picture up in the side chat if you want to have a look of a magpie.
Yeah. I'll put that in later in editing for the video.
And you can
Thanks,
actually
Sid.
see what it's like.
I have a little question, or at least a little mini theory I'd like to propose, and it's not very well settled, but we can talk about it nonetheless, I guess.
Of course. I'm sure we could probably add on to it.
Alright,
Toss it
so
out there.
we know when Crow's talking, he says that the infiltrator is responsible for Autumn's condition. So, as we know, there's 3 people, at least so far, whose names have seasons. We have Summer Rose, Winter Schnee, and Cinderfall. Now, they say the intruder is responsible for Autumn's condition. Autumn is basically a synonym for fall. Now this is very hard to really put a word on it, but like, what if it really was out? Say Cinderfall was this Autumn person, and then something affected her to become Cinderfall and change. Does that kind of make sense?
Well, considering fall represents change, I'd say that actually really sounds very structurally sound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we're taking fall as like a literal thing, like she kind of fell from grace or whatever.
And now she's trying to change the current situation.
Who's the infiltrator then?
No, I think they were talking about the infiltrator being Autumn. You know what I mean?
No, sounds right because if the infiltrator is responsible for Autumn's condition, and we're
Wait,
assuming
no, yeah,
that
that's the way it was phrased. Yeah.
then Autumn is Cinder, then there's no real infiltrator, which would throw off the theory. So yeah.
So they really. Oh, so that's what they meant by they really. When she said they really don't have a clue. That's weird. That means, are they actually talking about someone who they think is the infiltrator and they're being stupid, or does Autumn somebody else in general and not Cinderfall?
Autumn could be someone completely different because Good Witch was surprised by Crow's statement about it.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
That was a lot of just like information that we have absolutely no idea what to deal with. Because it's like, here's new information that you'll never understand until like 10 episodes later, at least.
Have fun.
Uh-huh.
Well, yeah. In this theory that I was talking about before with Ironwood, they mentioned when Cinder said, "Thanks to our little friend," and the guy was all about, "Oh, that must be Ironwood." I'm like, "Little? Aren't we talking about Neo?"
I was thinking that too.
Yeah, but she meant the program.
Yeah.
And I think the way she phrases it afterwards, I don't think you can tell that it meant that program. Because she was talking about how our little friend brought us that new bit of information, like that new way of getting into another network.
Oh,
Yeah.
true.
But
As you can see, that's my logical computer side kicking in.
one thing I want to throw out though, because Blake's theory, Ironwood has a massive android army basically with all the new Elysian Knights.
Yeah.
If Ironwood Scrolls has a program in it, Cinder can easily find a way to acquire the programming for all of it, and turn all the knights against the hunters there. And as they're the main security force, it's not going to end well.
Get wrecked.
Well, she's already hacked into the system to decide the competition thing.
Yeah, she went through his. Like, it went from Osmond's desk to his tablet. So that means she went through into a new network of just all, like, Veil stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we now know who's versing who in the doubles.
Wait, is it Veil?
For the next episode.
Am I
No,
being
it's-
stupid? Am I
it's-
talking about Veil or am I talking about somebody else? What kingdom is Ironwood from?
Ironwood's from Atlas.
Atlas, that's what I meant to say, sorry. She's probably now connected into the Atlas network.
Oh, speaking of which, differences in government. Yay.
Yeah, that was a
Yeah.
very quick thing about how, like, Atlas was very military-based.
I thought the way they brought that up was pretty cool, and that they're not just all like the same kind
Yeah.
of rule.
Yeah. I was theorizing with my friend the other day about Winter's position with Ironwood, because it looks like Ironwood's obviously, like, not her boss, but he's like...
No, they very directly say boss.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Crow was insinuating Ironwood.
But would
is
you
the
say
boss.
that Winter seems like the person that's all, like, kind of, I don't know if I'm right, but second in command in a way? Like, she looks like she's just under him, obviously.
She's a very powerful woman, so for her to not at least be second in command would be a
It'd
very...
be weird.
Yeah.
Because that would be why she's not the heiress, like Weiss is, to her company, because she's moved on to the military side of things.
It's that, or you could just go by what Admin RWBY says, and the fact that they're both heiresses. And they just happen to make that title more apparent with Weiss because they like making that joke, I guess. Or just, like, stating the fact.
That could be.
Because I'm pretty sure the term still exists for Winter. It's just they don't talk about Winter that much.
Yeah. I don't know.
Speaking about jokes at Weiss's expense, I loved it when he said Ice Queen and she was the one to react.
Yeah. And he's all like,
Sheesh.
pushes her away.
Not you. You.
You.
So I guess, like, Ice Queen is, like, a very common thing that the Shnees get told.
I wonder why.
And isn't it strange? It's from the RWBY and Xiaolong family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's in the same vein. I just realized.
Yeah. I really like how there are similarities between like Ruby, Ying, and Crow, and then Weiss and Winter.
Yeah. I like the fact that we actually get to see family because they talk about how family is kind of important early on in who you are,
Yeah.
Yep.
and then they don't really touch it until season 3.
Well,
What do you mean?
there's always been Yang and Ruby, but yeah.
Because they like in the first season they talk about how there's a lot of connections, and the reasons why we are hunters and huntresses and stuff, right? But they don't
Yeah.
actually show family until the 3rd season. I want to see more family, and actually Tai Yang actually being animated because he wasn't actually legit animated in that
Oh,
first
no.
season.
Speaking of family, I have a question. How much older is Winter to Weiss? Because she looks like she doesn't look that much older, but she could be.
That's also the perception of the fact that like her hair's white, so we have no tell if that's like.
Like I thought that she would be maybe like 21, 22, but she seems to know Crow. So how does she know him? Did they go to the school?
I don't think she
together, or-
really knows him. I think she's pissed off by him, but I don't think she
But
knows
she
him.
knew
Knows
his
him.
name right off the bat, though.
They
She
might be
seems to
familiar.
know him
I mean,
by the
he's a
way-
dusty old crow. I think everybody knows him. Everybody knows that really good hunter that's a drunk. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's probably true.
And then the reasoning behind why he's always drunk. Is that more for his sister disappearing, or
Yeah, I mean, like, that's 2 of his teammates are just kind of out of his life together without his control. Summer's gone, and Raven's been gone for quite a while.
Which is his sister,
Yeah.
which makes it more interesting.
I think some people like threw out the fan theory that Crow loved Summer and then she chose Tai Yang, and then when she died, that's when
I've
Crow
heard that,
started
yeah.
going drunk.
Yeah.
On the bright side, though, since they both teach at Signal, him and Tai Yang, they at least always have each other's backs.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like
Yep.
to think that he's a drunk just because he likes being drunk. There doesn't need to be a deeper meaning for everything.
This is the RWBY fandom. We have to overthink things.
Well, then if you look into if you dip into the actual, like, Rooster Teeth fandom in general, like with Red versus Blue, if you ever watch that series,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
deep.
Yeah,
It gets very
Yeah.
deep.
it's
like,
so
I've-
good.
Still working
Especially
on it.
especially when you hit the end of season 13, if you're not crying by the end of 10 and 13, then you have no soul.
Can I just take a moment to say congratulations to Mal Luna for getting like head animation director?
Oh,
Was
yeah.
it that? I thought it was head writer or something.
Oh yeah, he's been promoted. Like that's awesome.
I don't remember the exact position name right now.
Yeah, and then Carrie's like the lead director for RWBY now.
Yeah. He's always
Yeah.
he's always had that though. He's had that since Monty's
but
passing.
him and Monty were co-directors.
Yeah.
Now Carrie's just... I don't know.
Can I take it back an episode for a second? I'd like to put in my opinion. I'm not happy with Sun and Blake.
What do you mean?
Join the Bumblebee.
Oh
ship.
god, the bumblebee. The armada is strong.
I don't like the Black Sun or whatever it's called. I do not like that ship, and I don't like how they're continuing it. It makes me angry.
Yeah, I found the
Saying what clearly needed to be said. Thank you.
Bumblebee forever.
Yeah, the Bumblebee shippers actually made a joke about that, where they said that you're just pretending to be straight, and the fact that that's just the thing where like they don't know for sure that they're gay, so they're kind of just both gay friends that are just pretending to be straight, so everyone thinks that.
It sounds like someone's ripping duct tape.
Oh, sorry. I was fiddling with some stuff.
Okay.
Sorry.
I'm also excited to see Adam eventually reveal himself.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's been 3 episodes. Where is he?
yeah. I feel like that's gonna be a really awkward exchange though,
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
For sure.
because it's gonna be like Team RWBY meeting
Yeah,
him
yeah.
and then Blake coming in, like the rest of Team RWBY and then Blake coming in, and just them talking to him just about something serious, and then just her coming in like, hi.
Blake kind of left him on a train.
It'll be more
Gotta
confrontational
know,
than
there's gotta
awkward
be
than anything.
Yeah, I just said hi because I was like, it's gonna be at the very least some kind of awkwardness.
Yeah. The level
So-
of awkward.
You want to do a little theorizing with me for a moment?
Sure.
Theorizing about what?
Let's
so
do it.
we're- all right, so we heard Osmond say an army is a sign of conflict, but a guardian is a sign of comfort, and they need to find the guardian. Who do you guys think it is? Because I saw a video, review video for the episode, and the guy had 3 possibilities for who the guardian might be. He listed RWBY as one of them. He listed Penny, and then he listed John. Now, RWBY,
Oh
Now,
god.
So I'm gonna try and remember what he said, because RWBY, we know she's a prodigy huntress and she's had all this experience now. They think she might be the one. Penny was designed to like protect people and all of that, so it might be possible and it makes sense for her to be the one protecting everyone and being a guardian.
That's kind of like the what's it called? It's like when they did the whatever the new model of robots are. You know how they went from the old ones that were like really shown in the black trailer
Oh, then
to the new ones.
Yeah.
I feel like they're like yeah, this is a weapon and it's here to protect you, because that's all it really is a robot that has a gun. But
Yeah.
because she's actually more human, it would be more comforting.
Huh.
Yeah.
Because she herself is a weapon, her own weapon.
Yeah.
But they say that she's pretty much still a person, like she somehow has a generated aura.
Yeah. So she's very well blended in with being an actual human huntress.
Sort of. As we can see,
Yeah.
she's also very awkward still.
Yeah.
Mm.
And then the guy. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I'd like to think it's John because like it's very heavily hinted at that he is more special than he appears.
Yeah, that inevitable John arc. Yes, that was
Yeah.
a
I
pun.
think it's classic underdog, really.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, they spent so much time building up his backstory for a show that's supposed to be about RWBY. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
definitely. That's why I think that he's gonna have like
If you were to go by the person to look up to, I would say possibly Pura. Because looking at the Cinder thing where, like, she thinks she's up there and that she's always going to be victorious. Playing with that trope of her being, like, somewhat Achilles. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And the fact that she'll have that one flaw. You know what I mean? That one critical flaw. And then she'll be taken down. I'm sorry to say it, but I feel like she'll be one of the first to die.
No, that makes sense. Like
It does.
especially when you look at her like character inspiration.
All I'm saying is they better not actually try to do how Achilles died with attacking the heel. I swear.
I don't think it would be exactly the heel, but I think it would be that one little thing in her character that would really diminish her. If it didn't kill her, it would definitely diminish her to a point of I am broken.
Oh
It
no.
would kind of make sense given like anime tropes, like the strongest quote unquote character dies, like
Neji.
Because that's really like also the theme of the music when all hope
Yeah.
is lost.
I'm gonna throw out a little spoiler alert here. Like in Gurren Lagann, Kamina dies,
Don't remind me of that, man.
Shh.
Yeah.
Don't talk about
and then
this.
obviously Dragon Ball Z, like everyone dies. Oh, I did not mean to say that word.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to bloop that. What time was that? Okay.
Sorry.
Don't use bloop, use boop.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So, Winter, you know how you said Pierre's character, like that inner flaw?
Yeah.
I had that image in my head where Cinder targets her attack at John, and being in love with him, she's the one who takes the hit.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
What I also find kind of funny is the fact that people don't understand what Johnson's aura is. Like, people think we actually get to finally see what it is, and it's like, it's pretty obvious what it is. Or what it's going to be.
What do you mean?
I mean, if you look at his shield, what is that a symbol of? Why does he have...
Protection.
Okay, question. Why does he have a shield?
I think it's just
Protect.
part
He's
of
a
his
protector. I think he's going to have some sort of protection sort of semblance. That he'd be able to project not only to himself, but to other people's.
Bringing it back to Volume 1, though, when Pura unlocked his, I think it was his aura,
Yep.
she said that it was really powerful.
Yeah.
Alright,
Do you
real
guys remember all the way back then?
Yeah.
So
Alright,
if
real
his aura is powerful, his semblance has to be similar.
I think it's something like a shield, and I know I'm going to reference this, but it was a really good concept in theory. I don't know if you guys ever watched or read the last book of Twilight.
Yep.
I don't exactly enjoy that series, but there was that thing, the fact that the main character in there, her actual like vampire power was the fact that she could project off an actual like shield And
Yeah.
although it was more of a mental shield, it was a shield nonetheless, and it was a projection of herself kind of a deal.
It was pretty cool.
That I think that might kind of make sense because like when Pyrrha is teaching Jean about aura, he's like, it's like a force field.
Yeah, and his is like a literal force field, and that would be actually really kind of funny.
Can I interject real quick?
Yes.
Alright, so I'm sending a picture to the group chat, or at least a chat of it. In Naruto, for the Uchiha clan, they can unlock this power known as the Susanoo, and it basically is this massive protection, massive chakra, like guardian slash fighter in a way that surrounds them and lets them attack through it. I can kind of see that, but like Jean having this, but instead of the colors shown in the picture, it could be like white and look more knightly looking, like have like knight-like armor, the helmet, and all that type of stuff. That's what I'm picturing, but of course, it can be completely different.
Yeah, who knows what it'll actually be? We might all be completely wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I think I'm gonna end it here.
All right.
We're a little bit over 40, so I'm gonna end it here.
But I never got to talk about my drunk father. That was confirmed. Mercury's dad is drunk as well.
Interesting.
That's interesting.
I think that just means it's kind of one of the backstory for him to be like the reason why he's kind of evil in his way.
Well,
Yeah.
I kind of want to know Cinder's backstory.
Who's?
Cinder's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's got to
We all want backstory. Let's be honest.
Why
You
is
want
she?
everyone.
Oh, yeah, I want everyone's backstory.
Yeah.
Like, we know all the RWBY girls.
More or less, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like we've only touched the surface, especially with Blake.
Yeah, I'd like to know what brought Blake to the White Fang.
Yeah. Like, I
Like,
think
what
that's
is-
simple. She explains the fact that she was a Vanis and they were just fighting for equality. I think this more of the background for her would be the actual relationship with Adam.
Yeah.
I'm gonna assume it's not in any way romantic and that it's a more of a brotherly kind of relationship.
Yeah, so many fans have speculated that he kind of took her under his wing.
Yeah.
Became like her big brother.
Yeah,
Let's
no, we
just
should really
destroy
close
all-
out.
Let's just destroy all the Blake ships tonight.
No.
All
How about
of
we
the
actually
Bumblebee
finish because we're
Everyone
getting to the
except
end of
Bumblebee.
our time limit.
Alright.
Okay, yeah.
All right. So thank you for watching the RWBY Nation podcast, and we'll see you next week on Tuesday or Wednesday, whenever I can actually get the editing done. Bye bye.
See ya.